just before we begin, just to make sure we're all safe, can no one please go up the pillars? And are we able to bunch in a little, bunch in a little, bunch in a little? Keep moving in, just to stay off the road for now. Awesome. So just before we begin, I would like to acknowledge that this event is taking part on stolen land of the Wadawurrung people of the Kulin Nation. Sovereignty was never ceded, and I apologise for the degradation of land, culture and tradition that is perpetrated. This always was and always will be Aboriginal land. We recognise all First Peoples connection, ongoing connection with the land, culture, water and tradition, and pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging. We also pay tribute to the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders at sea who are at the front lines of fighting for climate justice. I also believe today that it is significant that we acknowledge the injustice being faced by the Wadawurrung women. We stand in support and solidarity for their fight against saving the sacred birthing truth. There is no climate justice without First Nations justice. And as people fighting for climate justice, we must do all we can to protect the culture and traditions of the rightful owners of this land.
Thank you guys so much for being here today. It's absolutely incredible just to see how many people have come out today. I'm so proud of every one of you. We also just have some housekeeping things to go over before we begin. Please make sure if you brought signs that you don't leave them here at the event, please take them home. Also make sure that any rubbish is taken home with you or placed into bins. And just that we have police escorts today during the march, so please make sure that you listen to them so that we have a very safe march. Hello everyone, I live in a future that is sustainable, not only for myself but for generations to come.
Hi everyone, I'm your other MC for today. My name's Hilary and I'm also a Year 11 student. And I'm here because I'm passionate about climate justice and I want to do all we can to preserve the natural wonders of our world. And it's so important that we strike and continue to strike until real action is taken.
So just for a brief overview of the day, we'll be having speeches, songs and practice chants right now before the march. And then we'll come right back here at Town Hall for some talk about how we can be a part of the solution and some important information about the 24th of September.
We are here today because our climate denying government is not committed to real climate action. They continue to deny the severity and the realities of the climate crisis. Australia is already feeling the effects of the lack of action. Even as lives are lost and ecosystems destroyed, they continue to deny the science that is staring them in the face. We are already having bushfires in Queensland and New South Wales. Droughts are pushing farmers to the edge. Extreme heat is hurting the most vulnerable communities of our ecosystem. Animals are dying because of the drastic changes to the climate, and half our Great Barrier Reef is being destroyed. This is all as a result of the man-made climate crisis. The primary cause of all this is the production of emissions from burning and mining coal, gas, and oil. Our government should be helping Australia move away from fossil fuels to 100% renewable and clean energy, safe energy. But instead, they're helping billionaire companies like Adani open up new projects that put us all in danger. Companies who disrespect workers, companies who ruin our environment, and companies who do atrocious things to First Nations people. Companies like Adani, who with the help of the Queensland government, have recently extinguished Wanga Jugalingu native title. Shame! Shame! Our Prime Minister himself, Scott Morrison, will not be attending the United Nations Climate Action Summit due to happen in 3 days. Our government continues to ignore us and deny the science, but we stand united, we are the majority, and we demand change!
Not even a year ago, this global movement has grown from 17,000 students in 24 countries in November to 2.3 million across 135 countries in March. Today, there are hundreds of thousands of Australians striking in over 110 locations across Australia today, and the millions striking in 150 countries across the world. You are all a part of history today. We are making history today. As a part of the School Strike for Climate movement are 1. No new coal, oil and gas projects. This means saying no to Adani, saying no to fracking in the NT, and saying no to oil drilling in the Great Australian Bight. 100% renewable energy generation and exports by 2030. This is switching to renewable energy to power our country. 3. Fund a just transition and job creation for all fossil fuel workers and communities.
Simply because fossil fuels are the #1 cause of the crisis does not mean that fossil fuel workers are to blame. As we all work towards to stop the worst of the crisis from occurring, it is paramount that we stand together, not against one another. Our frustration and anger about the climate inaction is never directed towards the people who work in the fossil fuel industry. It is for the people in power who are failing to drive the solutions we all deserve.
Okay, so today we are incredibly lucky to have Zoe Evans, a Year 9 student from secondary.
Their 7 is closing faster than anyone wants to believe. And that, I think, is the root of the problem. People's willingness to idly sit by while our planet literally begins to burn around us. It's absurd, frankly outrageous, that the leaders of our world, the people with the greatest power and influence, aren't taking the steps necessary to ensure the future of the people to come. Us, in other words. We depend on our leaders to guide us through. Perhaps not elegantly, but with integrity, morality. It is their duty to protect our planet, and so far they have failed. As we progress through this time of
Grandparent!
And also, let's give a cheer if you demand climate action from our government.
Before I introduce Erica to sing a song for us that she wrote, so before I do that, let's just all remember why we are here. We are here because the climate crisis affects everyone and exacerbates existing inequalities and creates new ones. We are here because we want a sustainable world and a safe world that is livable for future generations to come. We are here because we care about people and we care about our planet. So we will fight and we will continue to fight for climate justice and climate action. The race against the climate crisis is one we can and must win.
Okay, so we have Erica playing a song, No Planet B. So big round of applause for Erica. Woo!
Deny this for any
2. The people united will never be divided.
The people united will never be divided. The people united will never be divided. The people united will never be divided.
Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Alright, and this is Flossie. What do we want? Climate action! When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Climate action!
When do we want it?
Now!
When planet Earth is under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back! When planet Earth is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back! Stand up, fight back! Stand up, fight back!
Fossil fuels have got to go! Hey, hey!
Ho, ho! Fossil fuels have got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Fossil fuels have got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Fossil fuels have got to go!
Last one. When I say climate, you say justice. Climate!
Justice!
Climate!
Justice!
Climate!
Justice!
Climate!
Justice!
Woo!
Guys all okay now? It's everything. Yeah. I ring the department of that. The guy says, oh, which is closer to you?